shall we? Don't worry. The sedative will wear off soon enough. Easy now. No need to hurry. Get your bearings and report to me upstairs.
Playing dead, are you? Probably.
Why, you're looking a bit more chipper. Yes. Looks like that collar fits you snugly enough. Nice bit of work, even if I do say so myself. There you are. Not too tight, I hope. The collar, I mean. Oh, not to worry. Every dog has to get used to its leash. In the meantime, your next stop will be Magister William. All passengers have to be registered in the ship's manifest, and he's the chap in charge of the logs. You'll find him on the other side of this deck, in the officers' quarters. Dungeon? You have the gall to call my laboratory a dungeon? I'd be quite annoyed with you if you didn't look so honestly perplexed.
Index fingers pressed to her lips, she pauses a moment to give you a scrutinizing gander.
My word, you do seem a bit befuddled, don't you? Perhaps I was a bit too generous with that sedative. Oh, well, I'm sure you'll soon gather your wits. Most likely. Eventually. In the meantime, all you need to know is that we're en route to Fort Joy. A new life awaits, and if you're a particularly good boy, perhaps a cure as well. An end to sauce. For good.
Good gods. There's been a murder here.
Sing us a song, I know you can. Be good, you scallywags. Ah, there you are. Husband, would you please tell this very charming gaggle of not-at-all brat-like babes that I am by no accounts this loser woman, nor do I sing, in fact. I'm deathly allergical.
The young woman seems about to raise her hand, but quickly remembers herself and nods pointedly at the excited children.
Who indeed? Why, my name is, Madame Josephine Gribbles de Peebe.
The children break out into giggles.
I say, it is.
Her pinched face cracks into a great grin, and she shoos the children away from her with a laugh.
Yeah, okay, you found me out. Go on and get, and maybe I'll sing you something when I'm good and ready.
She turns to you, dark-eyed and dirty-haired, and smiles flatly.
Gotta keep ourselves entertained, haven't we? Guess you aren't a creative type, are you, Chief? I say they're one and the same.
Suddenly, her eyes cloud to an unnatural black. Greyish veins run down her face, and her mouth tightens into a cruel sneer. As quickly as they came, the clouds clear. She smiles as though no change came over her.
Good luck, Chief.
You are Jill, aren't you?
I ain't saying nothing.
Bloody dwarves. I'll come back to you, and you better be ready to talk
A
here.
broad dwarf sits totally upright on the bench, eyes closed, palms face up on his knees. His beard is a cascade of meticulous plaits, each one braided through with golden medallions. He raises an eyebrow as you approach, but doesn't open his eyes.
Listen up, boy. You hear that?
You've got this wolf on a leash now.
As soon as the Inquisitor gets
The ship, of course.
A wave of sound washes over you. The unintelligible chatter of your shipmates, the groaning of wood from floor to...
And?
The fellow cocks his ear, listening.
That isn't anger. It's
He cocks his ear to the other side, then smiles.
anticipation. She senses something. I'd hold on to my breeches if I were you, mate. That's all you hear, though. Listen close. There now, just like that.
Squeak!
Aha!
His eyes snap open as his countenance breaks into an expression of joy.
There. You heard it, didn't you? I knew it. I knew it. Aye, this is good news, boy. Good news. No, you beautiful idiot. That wasn't any rat. It was the wheel. Squeaks whenever the helmsman jerks it clockwise, which means we're heading east. Burn my beard. That means if we've been travelling for, yes, only 10.34 nautical miles to Fort Joy. Ah, so you've eyes as well as ears, eh? You'll go far, mate, even here.
You've got this wolf on a leash.
No, indeed, boy. But that ain't my final destination.
The dwarf leans back from the table and strokes his beard, gold medallions jingling merrily. His eyes roll over to you.
That'll be all. Thank you kindly, boy.
I've seen more appetizing things coming out of plague-stricken pigs.
There's nothing else I can make, Your Majesty. Turnips and water.
What have we here?
You'd end up a
A fresh face in this stale hell. Let's size you up, shall we? See if you'll do.
The lizard looks you up and down, like a farmer would a fetching horse. All of a sudden, he grips you firmly by the chin, with the intent of inspecting your teeth.
I'm inspecting your teeth, in case that wasn't spectacularly obvious. There's some discoloration, as well as a rather disconcerting lack of tongue and gums, but I've seen worse. After all, one can't expect to find prime merchandise on a squalid little ship like this. Now then, to business. You will answer me 3 questions. The first one is this. Can you cook?
I'll give you that knuckle if you can carry on.
Music to my beleaguered stomach. On to the second question. Can you knit, weave? In short, tailor? Oh, but to feel the caress of satin on my scarlet skin once more. A most satisfactory answer indeed. On then to my final query. Have you the ability to administer the upkeep of one's personal appearance? The delicate art of cosmetics is what... The very basics, then. So, 3 questions asked, 3 questions... As per your own testimony, you can cook, tailor, and groom. Well, that just about settles it. I offer you my sincerest congratulations. As of now, you are my slave.
Your kind always hung closest to our divine, like wolves around a campfire.
Of course you accept. Mine wasn't an offer, it was an order. Anyway, you may leave me for a moment. We'll go over your duties once we reach Fort Joy. Now shoot!
You, Jill, is that right? I've a few questions for you. You are Jill, aren't you?
I I ain't saying nothing.
Bloody dwarves, I'll come back to you, and you better be ready to talk here.
Never thought you'd end up a prison guard, Vic.
That right? I always knew you'd turn out rotten, Ben Nest. Your kind always hung closest to our divine, like wolves around a campfire.
Well, you've got this wolf on a leash now.
Soon as the Inquisitor gets here, we'll hang you right over the side of this ship with it.
It was one of them. I know it. Would you put a knuckle in it? I'm trying to concentrate. They don't care about us. We're like cattle to them. I'll give you that knuckle if you keep carrying on. One of us wouldn't kill our own. They're picking us off one by one. Can we just skip to the part where I reassure you and you shut up? You think me mad? Mad? No. Insufferable? Surely. What are you trying to hear anyway? I'll tell you if you can keep it quiet long enough for me to listen.
How dare you classify this slop as food? I've seen more appetizing things coming out of plague-stricken pigs.
There's nothing else I can make, Your Majesty. Turnips and water are all I was given.
Unacceptable. I've never dined on anything less than a dozen-course dinner, and I don't intend to do away with the custom.
Well, there has been a murder, Your Majesty. Maybe that has the Magisters more concerned than your appetite.
Don't you get saucy with me when you clearly don't know the first thing about sauce.
Please, please, please! A no doesn't become a yes over time, you know.
It was one of them. I know it. Would you put a knuckle in it? I'm trying to concentrate. They don't care about us. We're like cattle to them. I'll give you that knuckle if you keep carrying on. One of us wouldn't kill our own. They're picking us off one by one. Can we just skip to the part where I reassure you and you shut up? You think me mad? Mad? No. Insufferable? Surely. What are you trying to hear anyway? I'll tell you if you can keep it quiet long enough for me to listen.
How dare you classify this slop as food? I've seen more appetizing things coming out of plague-stricken pigs.
There's
A
nothing else.
scruffy man lounges against the wall with scarred arms folded. A sly smile playing on his face, he stares across at the Magister guarding him.
Watch your back, new fish. There's a murderer on board, and I'd bet 3 months' pay it's this tramp Ifan.
Rolling his eyes at the Magister's warning, the man named Ifan beckons again.
Has the Magisters more concerned than your appetite?
He leans in and adjusts your collar with a sharp tug, balancing its weight so it no longer presses unpleasantly on your neck. He winks.
Pinches less that way, right?
Hocking a phlegmy gobbet in your general direction, the sullen Magister settles back to his task of glowering at Ifan. And now, you.
We used to know each other, more's the pity. I was his commander many, many, many moons ago. Isn't that...
Standing far back from Ifan, the tight-faced Magister draws one finger across his throat in an elaborate fashion, but says... Ifan grins, flashing pointed white teeth.
Same as he was at 14 years old. Only difference is somebody gave him a bigger sword and now he's Johnny Big Pants. No. The dead man, Finn, is it? I'd no business with him. And I wouldn't put a man down without good reason.
He glances over at Magister Victor, who's staring back at him with pointed intensity.
Damn shame sheer annoyance isn't reason enough.
Ifan performs an elaborate pantomime of keeping quiet, one finger in front of his lips as he leans back against the wall.
There's nothing else I can make, Your Majesty. Turnips and water are all I was given.
Unacceptable. I've never dined on anything
The
less
elf
than
is
a
reading a volume of Cranley Hubert's famous encyclopedia. He looks up, his big round eyes scanning your body, absorbing every detail. He reaches out and examines your bandages, rubbing them between his fingers.
Oh dear. I seem to have crossed some cultural taboo. How difficult. You have my sincere apologies. Perhaps I should demand the same from those red-cloaked humans. They laid their hands on me more than once. Ah, yes. The niceties. My name is Fane. I am a scholar from... well, I am a seeker of knowledge. That is enough. It is pleasurable to meet you.
The elf cautiously watches as you leave before returning to his book, leafing quickly through the pages.
There's nothing else I can make, Your Majesty.
Here's the register, sir. Good, good. Magister Williams is just about done with the last passenger. You faring okay so far? Glad to hear it. You head on in now. Williams will get you sorted fast.
Your Majesty, maybe that has the Magister's more
And if
concern
she
than
tries
your
to run,
appetite.
shoot to kill.
You seem on edge, officer.
Standing at the center of the room, you spot a sorcerer haughtily eyeing a pair of nervous-looking magisters. They keep their crossbow trained upon her as she's being interrogated by an officer.
So you admit it then? You murdered that poor fella?
Yes, I did. But of course, that was only the beginning.
She turns her head and looks you straight in the eye.
There are others whose lives must end.
Good God, the woman's mad. You there, sorcerer, go and fetch Magister Siwan. We need to do more than collar this maniac. We need to shackle her, hands and feet.
By all means, do as the officer says. But you had...
She reaches for her collar and simply removes it.
I'm just about to create a scene.
Subdue her, men, quickly! If she casts Source, the Voidwoken will come. They'll end...
She smiles with wicked satisfaction.
Precisely.
What's happened?
lizard's eyes close as he slips into unconsciousness. The dwarf lies in a heap on the floor.
Long before this thing snaps into splinters. No, that doesn't bode well. Onwards and upwards.
Grace, who was that howling?
He eyes the collar circling your neck and reaches a hand towards his blade.
Another sorcerer! Even if I knew how to rip that thing off, I wouldn't. Some crazy banshee comes screaming through, and now we got void bugs swarming up top. Saw it coming, I did. Sorcerer muted, and the mutiny ends here.
Hello.
Is this thing on?
Yes.
Shit. Bored. What have I missed?
His stream is up. Yep.
A wild garland streaming in the breeze. I know, disgusting. Dog murderer. It. I'm reporting you.
Shit.
Garland said through tears. Test on. Well, we can test crimes. Criminal.
Shit.
What in blazes? Something's pounding on the hull.
Through the door and are suddenly face to face with an undead. His skull is bizarrely angular, and a glorious jewel sits in the middle of his forehead. The skeleton is quickly leafing through a volume of Cranley Hubert's famous encyclopedia, muttering to himself.
No. What damn fools record knowledge on a pulped tree? It catches fire, it turns into must when wet. It cannot even resist acid. No wonder they're so bloody ignorant.
The skeleton looks up and notices you for the first time.
Your stream is actually working.
Shouldn't you be running and screaming or some such?
The skeleton groans and looks back to his book, frantically flipping from page to page.
I know that you were mortal once, but could you not have let their ignorance fall away with your flesh? I have neither lungs to drown nor stomach to poison. This ship's fate does not concern me. No, damp robes are the most I have to fear. Once this glorified skiff hits the seafloor, I will simply walk to shore. You, on the other hand, would be better placed finding a lifeboat. I dare say you would be hopelessly lost in the ocean's dark heart. Remember, you may not be about to drown, but there are more dangers than a wet skull. Humans do not take kindly to the defleshed.
The skeleton resumes his search, leafing through page after page, while hunching over the book in a few.
Malcolm, what were you telling me was important on Banshee? For mods?
Range.
Range.
I mean, obviously, like everything else, but range helps a lot. Even 145 though was like enough. It's pretty huge at that point. And alongside that, power strength. Almost exclusively for the damage multiplier on sonar. It's the one ability she has where power strength really actually truly matters.
Gotcha.
It's literally worth it just for that. Especially for your play style. The shooties.
Shooties.
Yeah. Definitely aids the shooting.
Yeah, I maxed out Atlas and claimed Banshee Prime.
Nice.
Pondering switching to Euphona Prime for the moment.
I mean, it did come with it.
Yeah, but the only thing that would be stopping me is that the Zylok is only 18.
Yeah.
But I'd like to try out Euphona Prime.
Go ahead. I switch up weapons at level.
You think I should go ahead and catalyze Euphona Prime or try it out first?
I'd say try it.
I will do that.
Like, on paper it sounds amazing, but, I mean, something might happen that you don't like how it feels, or something like that. A lot of ifs.
Thank you! There's a ladder right over there!
You're gonna be the death of us, you hear?
The Magister lies on the floor, unconscious and...
You can walk. Get yourself up the ladder. There's a... Wait! Void Woken!
Still got these Broncos to max out.
Useless bugs will sink the ship on my watch.
Let the games begin.
Let's head above decks for some.
We make a pretty good team.
I hear something. It's Magister Siwan, the one who put on this damn collar.
She tries to speak, but can only gape as she clutches her neck, trying to stem the bleeding. With jagged movements, she raises her clenched bloody bubbles froth from her mouth. She's not long for this world.
Honorable Dallas, we lost a ship sailing sorcerer prisoners to Fort Joy. We assume some escaped and broke their collars. Their vile magic lured the Voidwoken. All who were aboard are presumed dead. Yours faithfully into eternity, High Judge Orivan.
Those Voidwoken made short bloody work of the ship. Am I the lone survivor? It seems someone, something, wanted me alive. Voidwoken. Those are the same beasts that sank our ship. Damn. They've made it to shore. Were supposed to keep those things at bay. Drowned and eaten by a Voidwoken. I wonder in which order. You spot a strange lizard gazing over the water with a steady, malcontent stare. His skin is of a bright, blood-red color. Could he be... Yes, you recognize him from the ship. It would seem you're not the only one who survived the tentacles of the deep. The lizard turns about with the graceful ease of a dancer, or a duelist. You lock eyes with his, two smouldering embers that sizzle your very soul.
And a dutiful servant you are too. The chances are I wouldn't have survived that shipwreck had you not returned to the aid of your master down that dreadful hole. You have my gratitude.
Hand over heart, he salutes you with a bob of the head. More than a nod, though less than a bow.
Yes, I'm sure you've all the makings of a hero and all that, but let's not get carried away, shall we? Nevertheless, one good turn does deserve another, so as far as the whole slave business is concerned, let's just forget about it. You may as well have your freedom. Now then, if there's nothing further... If you really must know, I haven't quite decided yet. I've a frightful amount of things on my mind, hence my standing here contemplating the waves.
He sighs dramatically.
Tell me, what do you see when you cast your glance over this ocean? Touché.
He looks out over the water once more, and so do you. A few tranquil moments pass as the waves lap against your thoughts.
As for myself, when I consider this vast expanse before us, I see an empire.
So
I see
what is the
continents
plan?
dotted with mighty cities. And shimmering along the soft curve of the sea's horizon, I picture the palaces that formed my paradise.
Don't know.
What do you mean? What do I mean?
What is the
I
plan?
mean just what I say. I had a very
First,
actual
throw me
empire
an invite.
that I lost.
Suddenly, having all the air of being deeply offended,
give me all
he
your
stares
hats.
at you with utter incredulity.
Well, don't just stand there gawking like an ape at an abacus.
Okay, here are your options. One, fuck you, I'm
Don't
Spider-Man.
know who I am.
Great.
Sorry.
You better be sorry, you little bitch.
The
I'm
very
just kidding.
same. I am the Red Prince, the All-Conqueror, the World Tamer, the Spouse of the Sun. Of course you know me.
There's a brief moment's pause, during which his grandiloquent pose deflates ever so slightly.
That said, I suppose I must own up to the fact that I find myself rather in between.
What's with Banshee Prime's
and
weird fucking
world
square
taming
fingernail
opportunities at the
attachments?
moment.
Don't worry about
Grandeur that
it. They're going through a phase, alright? Just let them get it out of their system. If I had a single argon, I could make
You can make what?
Oma.
Ah.
The electric tonfas.
Yeah, they're done. I haven't claimed them yet.
Do you really mean
These
to
stats
compare the
actually
fate of
look
an
kinda
empire
good.
to whatever
So I'm curious.
foibles you seek
Hmm.
to fix? On the other hand,
You want to go to like
I
Uko
really
or
could
some
do
shit?
with a dog's body. You've already proven to be trustworthy
Uko.
enough. You came back for the others on that
Ugh,
ship,
oh.
after all. Fine, I accept. On one condition. For reasons I'll not disclose right now, it is imperative that I should meet with a dreamer, one of our kind's revered mystics. I've reason to believe one of them may be present on this island. Promise me we'll look for him, and I'll extend you the blessing of my company. You do tend to beat around the bush, don't you? Oh well, that wishy-washy. First things first. Even if you are as versed in the art of
sorry.
eloquence as I am, that our swords
became-
will be doing a
I
lot of the
became
talking
Garland for a
from here
minute.
on out, it goes without saying. As a born fighter, I prefer the perfection of the blade myself. But I'm well acquainted with the secrets of magic, and yes, even subterfuge.
Yeah.
What say you? Do not take my elegance as a mask for frailty. My blows shatter shields, and my thrusts pierce armor. If a warrior you
Miraculously
need,
have armor.
the warrior you'll have. Very well. Onwards then to victory.
The Red Prince nods and gives you a smile that wavers ever so delicately between courtesy and contempt.
Now, as you're aware, you'll be traveling with a prince.
I have all the health
Proper
regen and
forms
armor
of
you could
address
ever need.
include your majesty, your royal highness, or if you're feeling particularly frivolous, my lord. As your luck would have it, I seem to be fresh out of luggage, so you won't be required to carry my belongings. Of course, there are other forms of protocol to bear in mind, but I'll see to it you'll pick up the rest as we go. So,
I like this
further
gun
ado,
so far.
Let us be off.
Yeah.
The mag size could be bigger. And the reload could be faster. Now, where'd you go? Ninja Vanishing Quick.
Prize room.
Oh, it was a prize room?
Yeah, there wasn't anything in it. It's just like ammo and shit.
Hang on, the dude's running.
Yeah, let's get him.
A black cat. I like cats, but I wouldn't eat a whole one.
works.
What's this?
What'd you do to him?
I found something.
I did this.
Oh.
Let's hope this is worth the digging.
Oh yeah, I actually heard that part. Oh, you did? Yeah. She said that. Her husband must have gone to the hospital. That sucks. Alright, let's see if I can find some argons. Oh yeah, remember you're a prime and you can touch these death balls for energy.
Death balls?
These orbs. The ones that have the traps in them.
Yeah.
If you go up and you, like, rub up against one that hasn't been touched yet, you'll get energy.
Huh.
It's unique to primes.
Kind of forgot about that.
Yeah, try it. Next time we find some.
Also, next time I don't have any energy.
Oh, in here. Yeah, over here by me. Yeah, just like spam your powers a bunch, and then go touch that ball.
We already know that. Stay back, sorcerer, and stay silent.
We know you've been helping sorcerers escape, Atusa. We have proof.
Oh.
I'd sooner cut my tongue.
There wasn't
out
any
than
kind of
lie to
visual
you,
effect.
Alexander. I know nothing of
No.
any escapees.
If you can tell the Godwoken no
I think
more,
there used to
your
be. I don't know
tongue
why
is
there
of
isn't.
no use. Cut it out.
I seem to remember that. I seem to remember there being one.
You should
Yeah.
know by now to obey your superior, Magister.
But regardless,
Whatever she may ask.
probably one of the bigger benefits of prime frames. Avoid. It used to be more relevant when you had to do these for prime parts.
Hmm.
So, like, you know, getting a prime frame helped in the acquisition of more
Atusa
prime
pinches
stuff
the
by
tip of
making
her
it
tongue
easier
with two
job to
fingers
do.
and brings her dagger to its root. Her eyes squeeze shut. Drops of blood form against the dagger's edge and quickly fall to the ground. She groans.
These runes are usually good for an Argon.
Stop! My father, may his soul rest in peace, would be disappointed in you, Atusa. To think you would lie to his only son, your bishop, and your friend these many years. The fate of our realm hangs in the balance. If you will not help us save it, then you will help the Void destroy it. Dallas?
Yes, Your Holiness.
I believe we're done here.
What a waste. Come, we'll be needed elsewhere.
The lizard magister, or what's left of her, lies in a puddle of gore.
She was a lizard, yet a magister. No matter her reasons, her penalty was fair.
Ah, here's some.
Oh, pegmatite.
Big.
You phone a prime and flip cocks too. Look at this.
Yeah, they're traps.
Not even the fun kind.
Yeah.
Oh. Is that smite?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
You knock
Do I
it
have
into your- oh, that's a lot of
254% radiation damage? Where are the enemies now that I have this huge radiation buff?
Come on then, Legsy.
Fuck.
Hey up.
I find any bread. I want no trouble.
Like, oh, fuck no.
You, help me teach this beast. He must respect. If not...
Respect? Huh. Someone's got to keep this place running.
The other
We
good
can't
thing
do it for free.
is that since I have that, if I get radiation procced,
An
and I'm
intense-looking man
spamming that,
steps
instead
between
of
the
it
thug
killing
and the
you,
elf
it'll
and
fuck you.
rolls up his sleeves, revealing well-muscled and heavily scarred arms. You recognize him.
Damn, that's a huge
It's Ifan, who you met aboard the ship on the
more
way
than you can
here.
get from the mods.
Just stand aside, won't you, mate? This is no business of yours.
But
Lone
it's
wolves
about what you
decide
get
their
from
own
a
business.
full mod complement of straight radiation.
There's a pegmatite right there. There's two Argon over here.
Before shuffling back to the protection of his crony.
Pay up, elf. No one shorts Griff. Especially not one of you.
Yeah, this is great. I can give you health regen, damage, armor.
Burrow looks you both up and down,
Turns out
sizing
Oberon's
up
a
your
really good
combined
babysitter.
threat.
Ah, get out of here.
Which I guess is what he was supposed to be.
He ain't worth the sweat of my brow anyhow.
The elf smiles and bows to you in thanks.
Follow me, before more of them trouble us. There is a safe place.
Right, max the techo.
Good stuff.
Hello.
What'd you think?
You gonna pray all day, buddy?
They're alright.
Yeah.
Ifan rolls his
I don't know if
sleeves
they're
back
really-
down.
I don't know if
He
they're my
nods at
thing.
you, the shadow of a smile on his lips.
Good work there.
I like them or
Good
Ankyros
work.
Prime better.
I can tell you've got
No, I don't have
chops.
Ankyros Prime, so.
Say, you were on the ship here with me, weren't you?
I think I might wind up liking Fear
He
X-rays
stretches
better,
out
but I gotta
one
count
rough hand to shake yours. He grips your hand tight as a vice and pauses. His
They
fingertips feel
have
your
this weird thing where they
His
have
eyes
good
narrow,
crit
but a
stats,
moment
but they
later
also
he shrugs and
notably
smiles.
have increased stamina
Say,
damage.
you don't look all that busy now that we're safely on dry land.
So they could
I
potentially
could
be
use
hit
someone
really
to watch my
fucking hard
back,
for this.
and it looks like you could use someone to watch yours. I've just got a small errand to run, and then I'll be looking to get the hell out of here while I've still got a neck to collar. How about we stick together until we get out of this place?
Right. Buildy.
Building.
The usual way. Haphazard, terrifying, and drenched in blood. Haven't quite worked out the details yet, but I'll wager it'll be no worse than what'll happen if we stay put. Two heads are better than one, and when push comes to shove, 4 fists are better than 2, right? No harm having a friend in this place. One hand washes the other and all that. Trust me, there'll be plenty of filth to wash off around here. But suit yourself.
Just fills me with life.
He grins, sharp teeth glittering in the midday sun.
So, before we hit the road, it's best if we decide battle strategies up front. Should keep more of our blood in.
You're running out of ferrite?
Survival's my main priority.
Yeah.
I'll use every
that
trick in
many
the book to
fucking
keep us
things, I'm running
alive.
out of ferrite.
But if it can do.
Remember when I said we might want to do that
He scans
3,000
the
ferrite
horizon
alert?
for threats with one
Yeah, I
green
know.
eye, then nods back at you.
Right you are. Lead the way.
I mean, I had no idea, but...
I guess I'll do one of them. Show up.
Who in their right mind would think of a
I'll just
thing
put
like this?
extractors where there's ferrite and I'll have more. I still have over 1 million spores. What did you do? as well as I had hoped.
Uh-oh.
Alright.
A little reprieve from the din outside.
Okay.
See if we can get one.
I magicked you, you're dead!
Okay.
Thank you for your help with that, thug. No doubt he turns on you next. These humans hate us.
Yeah, I already
Elf
clicked
appears
aboard before you
momentarily
said that.
puzzled by your comment, but then offers you a dignified little bow.
As far as I'm concerned, you are noble and just in both actions and appearance. I am in your debt. I hear of no escapes. The only way out is through the Magisters, through their cure.
Wonder how
Folks,
well
I can stand, but
Ember's heat
I fear the Magisters. Wait, before you go, I am not here without your help. I do not forget this. For you, a
On the
prize.
infested, probably pretty well.
I save it for a special occasion, but I can think of no finer occasion than this.
I'll bring my Atarax just in case.
Thank you.
She gave you what? Great.
So what you're saying is you got head.
I feel him, but I do not see him.
Hey.
Whoever kills the other is the boss! You're cheating!
Thank you very much. Yep.
I know they help.
If you don't put that in your highlight reel, I'm gonna be upset.
You can't get me!
Shit.
I feel him, but I do not see him.
I'll stab you right in the eye!
Did that actually do anything?
Got you!
Did
Maybe you shouldn't have done that.
You can't get me!
Don't do that. But you gotta be like every other RPG player. Fuck everything up.
and then playing the game lets me. Which is totally how I usually justify things, but it's not.
It doesn't justify being a murderous fucking psychopath.
No. I accept that.
You should know we are nothing without our people. Now more than ever.
You can tell a lot about
So-
how a person and whether or not they should have access to things like cars or
Hallowed
sharp
are
objects
its halls.
by how they play multiple
Please,
choice
comrade,
RPGs.
I have all you need to steel yourself against the brutes that haunt this place. I will accept no more than a
Or anything
pittance for all
flammable.
you may require.
I'm at it.
Hallowed is the house of war.
I used to burn things for fun. Good time.
I didn't.
Hallowed is the house of war.
I got hurt when like part of a floor wasn't the same level as the other. You think I'm gonna play with fire?
Is that thing eating corpses?
The creature heaves through lips gummed with human gore. It turns to you with great effort, pain apparent in every movement,
Like how
and madness
Roll on Fire
screams
now
from its wide, bloodshot eyes.
Quite lost.
I like how your flame pillars are almost the same color as the snow.
They'll cross your wires. Now,
Oh yeah,
a little
because
query.
of the
Where grows the yarrow?
color effects of fighting infestoids.
You want to leave. You want to go.
Does it tint the screen when you're fighting the infested?
Yeah.
Tell me
Because they infest
now,
even the very
or
air.
shall I pick your
Ugh.
parts clean too?
I only really notice it when there's like radiation hazard going on.
Yeah, there's different lighting effects depending on what planet you're on, what kind of environment,
Where does the yarrow
who you're
grow?
fighting.
Where?
The Corpus by far has the best hair quality.
Yeah, everything's kind of blue.
Yeah. And because of that, everything's kind of more visible.
Oh, I do not have my stealth left.
Yeah, I'm suddenly not playing Open.
Okay, I'll ladder act something and I'll be good.
Oh, this is working compared to Oberon anyway.
This thing works.
Yeah.
The slug is one-shotting ancients. I'm not sure why. I didn't think they were particularly vulnerable to impact.
Are you shooting them in the face?
Not every time.
Oh wow. And it's just fucking worse. I can accept that.
Not sure yet, but I think I'm getting to have an idea why there isn't a non-prime version of this gun.
The dead man, creature, thing lies in a heap on the beach.
Whatever it was too dangerous to be allowed to live.
Once that was a person. A sorcerer, perhaps. Now it's monstrous. What is the Order doing to people here?
Did I ever play, I know I played some D-Rock for you, Al. Did I play the song called Noise Marines?
I don't think so.
Just thought of it.
I'm hungry.
The dog focuses at the cat at your feet, baring its teeth.
Hey, I'm being harmed.
Amid the squalor of Fort Joy,
Ow.
you suddenly spot an elf
You're
with
also
diamond features,
Yes.
regal and radiant, but cold too. And she was among the sorcerers. Her eyes are focused on a lizard some distance away. And you get the distinct feeling he's an unfortunate man indeed to be trapped in her tiger-like gaze. No sooner have these words left your mouth than she turns about and grabs you in a stranglehold. You feel the tip of a long needle being pushed a little ways into what...
You caught me off guard. No one catches me off guard. Who are you?
Here.
But you did. And now the tables have turned. You look quite startled to me.
A push, a pivot, and now you suddenly face her. The needle still all too deeply embedded in bone. Despite the precariousness of your situation, you notice a flaw in her diamond features. A curiously shaped scar on her left cheek.
It's dawning on you, isn't it? Why I hate reptiles like you. Forgive me if I don't take your word for it.
She drives the needle in deeper and whispers.
In truth, it does not matter in the least who you really are. You saw me mark my prey. You could warn him, save him, or kill him before I get my chance. That makes you a liability. That makes you needle feed. Never. You are a lizard, perhaps a slaver. Why should I freely chain my fate to one like you, like I was once forced to? You did save me, didn't you? Ugh, how aggravating. Oh, little needle mine, what should I do? Push or pull? The agony of choice. You know what? Today is a rather fine day. Sunshine and an easy breeze. Yes, I'll let you live. I'll even agree to travel with you, provided we talk to another lizard. The one I've had my eye on. I'm not quite sure the weather will save him.
With a casual flick of the wrist, she withdraws the needle from your neck and smiles, as if she just invited you to sit down for tea.
I see Banshee Prime isn't any more durable than the not Prime.
Yes, the needle did find you rather tough to chew. Nothing it can't handle, though, nor finish. This may strike you as, rather eccentric. But the thought of traveling with one such as yourself quite enthuses me.
She tilts her head ever so slightly and looks at you almost mockingly. You can't help but contemplate with both dread and delight the absolute darkness at the heart of her cat's eyes.
Yes,
Ember is
this
extremely
will be
offensive
jolly
power.
good fun. Let's discuss our respective roles then, shall we? You, me, and Death will be playing many a round of hide and seek. So, what role? As a rogue, my speciality is stealth. The quick silence of the dagger striking. But of course, I can play the strings of magic like a harpist her instrument. Is there any specific tune that takes your preference? A bit fickle, are we? Huh, we'll have to work on that. My grace and finesse could make a cat's fur go green with envy. Go on, give me the details. Suits me fine. Lead on, or then follow me.
You're not quite certain you'll ever sleep soundly with Sabine in any sort of proximity, but at least she's on your side, for the moment.
Everything there? Good.
The wiki says, Euphona Prime has crit chance second only to Ekbalto Prime. Tied with a lot of other things. Spyro, Spyro Prime, Lotto Prime, and Pandero. You can get 100. You can reach 100% status on the alt fire.
So this is Fort
The
Joy.
delivery. Surely you'll have one.
What a crumbling disaster.
Scram, snake face.
Quite right. Do seek my counsel. I highly recommend it.
Apparently the slug actually arcs.
There
And
isn't
is not
much
hit
to
scan.
say. It's the portent of it all. I can feel it.
Weird.
The revelation will be world-changing. I just know it. And justified it is
Says
too.
it's guaranteed to ragdoll
You'll
an
be
enemy on a
witness to
headshot.
wonders, I assure you. As certain as the sun, such is my conviction. I will be, then grow beyond being.
Leave me. Go.
She bends over double in a violent coughing fit. As it subsides, she dabs her mouth with her sleeve.
Mercy. I hope that it is. Can't stay here.
The Magister stares at the ground, unaware of your presence. With a start, she looks up and realizes someone is standing right beside her. Her eyes meet yours. She doesn't blink.
The Divine is dead. The Bishop is all we have left. For now. But someday he'll be as divine as his father before him. Divine as Lucian.
Her voice trails to silence, and she resumes staring at the ground, lost deeply in thought.
I do wish Alexander would ascend sooner rather than later.
Bad luck to let one of them cross your path. Bad luck to let one of them cross your path. Bad luck to let one of them cross your path. Bad luck to let
If it's bad luck when a black cat crosses your path, how bad is it if they die on it?
Yes. Is it an audience you desire?
The hell? What an asshole.
Amidst a crowd of screws, bolts, and scraps of metal, the woman is manipulating a glove-like contraption fitted with 5 long metal skewers. She doesn't look up as you approach.
And what you after?
A grin cracks her stony face.
Sure thing.
I ain't. Just seeing how it's made. She's clever, Dallas. Made these herself, for those bodyguards of hers. Boy, they're sharp.
She looks up.
You looking to buy something? Nothing of mine needs testing. Pay or walk. Just don't waste any more of my time.
The fall off on the Hellfire is pretty bad.
I can't wait all day.
Might be similar to the Broncos.
You there, lizard? I'm looking for an inmate. A smallish man, thick spectacles, prone to somewhat eccentric chatter. He wears a large... Have you seen him? You have seen him? Tell me, where was he? And you're very sure it was him?
I stuck pressurized mag and stunning speed on it, and it handles much better now.
Fingertips droop under its weight. And
He was my father.
I like the feel of it, but feeling like I need those mods, it might technically be inferior to some other secondaries.
I didn't keep him here. I didn't want any of this.
But
this can't be.
I like it.
You said he was upon the beach, yes? That's good. I need to have a look myself.
Must be nice to have a pistol and shotgun in your secondary at the same time.
Yeah. I'd say that's a fair assessment. Oh. What?
If you weren't paying enough attention.
I'll even get Daffy guy?
Yeah, there was a fucking floor investment.
Oh.
You there. You've just arrived, isn't that
some
right?
guy looked at the numbers, and in terms of raw damage, it hits harder than the Vapor Merlock.
It's just, I've a proposition. Something very worth knowing. But it's hard. Oh, noble. But after the Magisters take you, all your nobility will have been for nothing. Good luck with your friend.
But the Vapor Merlock might have the advantage of being more accurate and having 100% status capability.
Yeah.
Not that the Euphona doesn't. It's only on the Hellfire.
It's a matter of general reliability.
It isn't my fault she's dead. Gods. The smell, though.
Like, I take the Vapor Merlock when I don't know what secondary to take.
One more chance, please.
Yeah.
Excuse us.
And it just fucking works.
Not him, Sam.
Oh, for the love of
kinda like me
Lucian,
with
Balladeer.
Lexus.
You're actually
again.
Which
What
I
you say
hear
about
are
my wife?
comparable.
Go on.
Ultimately.
Piss off. Go on, Sam.
Well, it's the truth, and you know it. She's better off. So what if it was messy? I'd rather puke myself to death 1,000 times than let the Reds get to me. If she were my wife, I'd be happy for her.
Oh yeah, let me actually use my powers.
Twitches across Balladeer.
She never did like you.
I feel like that's a good sign with a gun.
Yeah.
Bastard.
The man looks for a moment at the corpse at his feet, then turns back toward the nearly finished coffin.
Oh, your wall,
bloodied
bro.
hammer in hand. He nods at you and turns back to his hand.
I'll stand by the, oh.
He lines up another nail and hammers it into the panel. He taps hammer to nail and doesn't...
I found you, didn't I? Red, they said. Red, then dead. Them that pay the bills, of course. I'll be a rich man when you're 60. Hands up, Your Highness. Let's dance. It's stabbing time.
Yeah, ouch. Why isn't there a pistol lamp, Aura?
That
Also, why does Banshee have a Mataroi Aura slot? I feel like I'd be a lot better off with Naramon. Oh, you got a breach in your wall here.
Damned nuisance these assassins are. It's their frightful manners I mind the most, really.
Cows, cockle, clown.
Okay.
Tides in and out and in again.
Well, that was rather fun, wasn't it? I do
You actually
find it
go.
ever so invigorating to cut a cutthroat's throat.
Did you want to go?
Yeah. I only needed like 200 cryotic.
No one gets used to this
Okay.
kind of thing so quickly.
Twin Broncos are max.
This is
I
hardly
really
the
like to
first
get rid
time
of-
someone's filled some
Yeah,
poor fool's
that's
purse
fair.
and bid him kill the prince.
They're actually
I'll
kind
tell
of
you
good.
what, though. Whomever wants me out of the
Like, they're
picture will
killing
have to do a
things.
lot better if they seek to get the better of me.
They
All those
don't hold
bumblers
up
they've
in,
sent
like, a
so
big
far
fight like
mark
this
a mere
until they reload
insult
some
to
stuff.
my swordsmanship.
They don't have enough shots in them. But they definitely kill shit.
That's kind of the problem with Euphona.
Yeah.
That's why I
The
slapped
woman
some
looks out on
reload
the
mods in
gently
it.
lapping waves.
Haven't seen you
It's also
around
a
here
little
before.
slow,
New?
but pressurized mag fixes that. No
Don't
problem.
worry too much if you have a hard time.
Same with the
settling
Merlock.
in. Takes a while to get used to the place. You here alone?
One moment. There's frame fighter
She
data
gives
out
you
here.
a long
Oh.
look.
You keep them friends of
It was
yours
not a known that
close,
was there.
eh? Some of us haven't got anyone at all anymore. Not much in this world someone you love
I got
can't
Chroma.
make better. It's nothing. If I haven't learned that
I don't
by
think I'm
now,
missing
I
many
haven't
now.
learnt anything at all. Used to be I had a family, a husband, and a little boy. We were healers.
Ah.
Source
We can use
was in our
Soundquake again.
blood.
Nice. Main
Then they
issue I'm
got us
having with
here.
the Twin Broncos is
I couldn't stop them from taking my boys from me when they
Mm.
did. Reckon they were cured. Maybe even released.
And also, if I
Don't know
really
why
wanted
the
to
Reds
use this
didn't take
kind
me
of
too.
single
Now I'm
Bronco
just
Primus
waiting
can't
for
be
him to
better
call
than
my
these.
name. Waiting
Well, shit.
and remembering.
Her eyes sparkle.
Kind of you to ask.
Well, a lot less disappointed than I
Stefan?
thought I would.
He was my little one.
Got that going.
Smart as a whip and no less wicked. And my husband, he was called Felix. He was an expert healer. Could fix a broken bone in a short minute.
She talks for some time about birthdays, about Felix's prickly beard, about the skunk Stefan once dragged home for a pet. Joy radiates from her as she remembers. She places a warm hand on your shoulder.
What a gift to think of them. I'd like to give something to you too. A family recipe. One of Felix's best. He'd be happy to know it went to such a warm soul. Take care of yourself. You hear?
See, he'll touch it all day long. And combs it out. Come on, you stubborn hunk of garbage.
The dwarf's fingers clamp around a splintered chunk of wood nailed to the skeleton of an old ship.
I'm
His
gonna go
whole-
with normal character.
Oh, you never leveled that?
Nah, the first time I got my hands on one was
Oh,
great.
that. Won't be my first or last roll on a lost boat. Reckon I might have had a harder time of it without your help, though. Bravery on the high seas is rewarded tenfold in the hall, you know. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got business to attend to.
The dwarf spits into each of his calloused palms and rubs them together before placing them both back on the plank and pulling.
Bleeding nail must be charmed or something. Go on then, give it a go.
You grab the plank and pull. The rusted nail pops loose, and the plank promptly crumbles to pieces in your hand.
Oh, look at that. Nice of you to finish the job after I loosened her up.
He winks and flips a gold coin toward you. It makes a long, high arc, glinting in the sun, and lands squarely in your hand.
For your trouble. I suppose it were a fool's errand thinking I could make something out of this heap, but I couldn't help myself from trying.
He sucks a finger and holds it up to the wind, testing the breeze.
Winds like these, she would have capsized before she reached the break. Well, on to plan B.
He gives you a wry look, as though deciding whether to trust you.
Aye, was planning to build me a raft and paddle off. I've got business north of here, in a town called Driftwood. Far be it from me to miss an appointment. Why don't we make a deal then? You help me get out of this place, and I'll do the same for you. That's the spirit.
He lifts an invisible cap and bows with the grace of a courtier.
Pleased to make your acquaintance. The name's... well, the name's dead and buried. What matters is what they call me. Beast. Thank you kindly, I earned it myself. I'll tell you when you're older. Anyhow, we're a team now, so the me is not half as important as the us. Let's get down to brass tacks. Fighting, I mean. I've been up and down the realm so often it'd make your cabbage spin, and I picked up a few tricks along the way. Truth be told, I've grown fond of crushing and casting. A battle mage, if you like. But there's not so important as team dynamics. So what'll it be? Then it's settled. Capital. Aye.
Is that ambulance?
But it seems you've no room for old Beast in your clan now. You come find me when a spot
Did you want to do the
and
snorty?
take it from me. You'll want to find it.
I can't very well do that with Banshee Prime at the moment.
We should get levels.
The ravaged among the ruins. That is all we are.
Are you certain you want to dismiss your companion?
If we have different paths to take.
Actually, what I really want to do is go clean up and get some food.
Let's team up, you and me. What do you say? How do, partner? Though I reckon I should fill you in on a few things. Right now, though, the biggest thing on my mind is some candy arse called Lohar, lurking in Driftwood. The Queen is up to something nasty, and he's the best chance I've got of finding out what's what. Well, that's that sorted. Onward then. I've got to get out of here, and soon, and I suppose you do too. One like you mean? No skin off my nose. More rum for me. You carry it off very well, by the by. The old beast's been around the block and there's no fooling him. Now, onward!
May the void work consume their joy, their misery.
Uncle John apparently. She knows. I mean, she remembers when I was a little kid and I used to just drink them and drink them and drink them and drink them and drink them. Oh yeah, they went to what's it called? Yeah, farmers market. I gotta finish this shit up before I get. Yeah, that's nice.